Terrifier 2 might be the bloodiest and goriest movie ever in horror. Let's talk about it. What's up, I Like Scary? We're back. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having an awesome day. It feels great to be a horror fan. So you guys, we're going to talk about Terrifier 2. I just got back from seeing it, man, and what the hell? What the hell, man? For people that are, you know, big Terrifier fans like myself, you definitely have to see this sequel. It is mind-blowing. Damien Leone and David Howard Thornton did such a great job with this film. It just blows me out of the water how much blood is in it. It is so much blood. The kills are insane. Yes, the kills are insane. I actually had the pleasure of having an interview with David Howard Thornton and getting to talk to him and everything. And he told me, man, that basically they were going to top the hacksaw scene, and when he said that, I didn't know they were going to top it. They topped it, man. So we get this crazy scene with this character. Oh yeah, her name is Ali, and to make a long story short, she's friends of one of the main characters, Sienna. Sienna is like this final girl of Terrifier 2. She has a brother named Elliot. But her kill was by far my favorite. It was between her and the guy who ran the Halloween store. Man, with Ali's kill, you get all types of crazy shit, man. It's like almost disturbing, man. Like, it was almost like, you know, Damien Leone just put everything on the table. Like, you know, the fans wanted, we give it to them, you know, because it was crowdfunded and stuff. But, you know, the fans wanted, we're giving it to them. Carnage, whatever you want to call it, gore, blood, it was just there. I'm talking, you guys, it was to the point he's pulling her scalp back. He's cutting and he's pulling her scalp back. He's breaking her arm and pulling her arm off. It got so gruesome. Like, David Howard Thornton is becoming a legend in front of our eyes. This man is something else. He's very terrifying and it's very disturbing. But you know, we kind of start off the movie with, you know, getting some character development with Sienna and the characters, you know, Elliot, which is her little brother, and her mom. You know, so we get like a backstory about their dad. Their dad passed, and he kind of leaves back this book of, you know, history and drawings, and it includes art in there. He leaves her back a sword, and we kind of get like a dream with Sienna. She's dreaming about art, almost like on some Freddy Krueger shit, and then like he starts like a fire, and it kind of leads over to, you know, the universe where life exists, if you get what I'm saying. It kind of sets a piece of her costume on fire anyways, and then since that moment, like, art is like creeping and, you know, creeping on her in certain scenes and stuff. But it's like some spiritual stuff going on, which is wild, like some different realm type of stuff, if that makes sense. But yeah, I kind of man just was thinking like, this movie is different. I've never seen any blood like this in a horror movie. But you know, that scene where, you know, we hear that they're saying like, we have Art the clown, and he does this, that's like a dream, so that explains a lot. But we find out in this that Art is definitely supernatural. He's definitely fully supernatural. It kind of takes place from where it ended, in the morgue. But man, I'm talking, it was like the killing was mind blowing. How they pulled off a lot of the effects. It was fucking crazy, man. And for them just to do this film themselves, you guys have to give them credit. Like I said, for diehard fans, you will love Terrifier 2. Now, it does have some stuff in there I want to talk about towards the end that's kind of, but when you kind of think about it, man, Art shined in this movie. Art the Clown, David Howard Thornton brought it. He fucking brought it. And same with Sienna. I liked Sienna's character. She definitely played the final girl role perfect. And one of my favorite scenes was crazy. It's like, you know, they're in this Halloween store called Abracadabra, and, you know, Art's there, and she's like, I left my bag downstairs. Making a long story short, he slams her bag on the table like, here you go, take it. And he's like putting these glasses on, you know, being the mime he is, showing her, you know, how he is with the different pairs of glasses. And you know, we get this creepy scene where, you know, he locks the door and puts the open sign on closed. The guy who runs the store, it's like, hey man, get your creepy ass out of here, basically. And Art does a brutal ass kill. I'm talking, his whole head is decapitated from his body. You know, Art busts him in the head with a bottle, then he sticks the bottle in his eye. When I tell you guys, it was times I wanted to cover my eyes. I'm a grown ass man. I love horror. I love it. You know, but it was times, man, he's digging in the souls. Do you hear me? The souls of these humans. Yes, I said it. The souls. Like, he fucking ate, bro, Sienna's best friend, he fucking ate her heart, bro. Like, he was fucking going crazy. But I kind of liked it because it made Art creepier. We get to see, you know, some more different sides of him. But I love the character development in this. They were trying so hard to, like, you know, get us attached and invested to Elliot and, you know, Sienna, even her friends. You know, it was crazy because we didn't get that much in the first one. So that I think they learned from that. So the dialogue was cool and everything. I kind of enjoyed it. And they brought their own twist to it, which I liked. You know, they kind of did their own movie, and that's what we need nowadays. So big shout out to Damien Leone and David Howard Thornton again, man. You guys are killing it. But we kind of get this scene that is fucking crazy where now this scene was disturbing, man. It's in the beginning. We get Art walking with the famous trash bag. He goes in the laundromat. And I like the attention to detail. He strips down to his ass. It's nothing left. He strips down to his ass. We get a bald Art. He takes off his hat. And he has the newspaper. And he has his shoes on and his socks. And he's sitting down naked. I don't know why this scene fucking was so creepy, but it was so funny. This guy is sleeping in a laundromat. He wakes up. He sees a naked ass clown playing with this girl that I think is so crazy. She's like a smaller, you know, girl version of fucking Art. Like, it is so crazy. She looks just like Art. Creepy as hell, man. And like, to think about this, you guys, all right, to kind of think about this, I kind of stayed behind the scenes to hear them talk about, you know, the stuff they did. They had something behind the credits, and Damien Leone said he did it because a lot of females dress up like Art. I think that was so cool. She was a creepy ass little girl, man. She was creepy as hell, man. And she like, it's like she's almost living in Art's mind, but she's also living in the universe. They're playing like patty cake in the laundromat. Anyway, she was like his little partner, which was creepy as hell. But, you know, it was a lot going on in this movie, a lot of story behind it. And we kind of progressed through the film where we kind of reached like the final act with Sienna, Elliot, and you know, Art. But it's a kill that I want to touch on that is so crazy. Like, so it's kind of Sienna's best friend and her dude in the car. He takes a piss, and then, you know, he has a shirt that says just a tip, but Art writes in the dust on the window and puts just a tip, and he literally stabs this guy in his private area. It's so brutal. I heard guys next to me like, what the fuck? Like, it is brutal. It is brutal. Like I said, it might be the bloodiest horror movie I've ever seen. You guys, if you've seen it, let me know what you think in the comments. But fucking wow. I love the final act where it took place. Now, this is where, you know, the final act, it kind of gets clogged. I'm going to use the word clogged. Now, it was times where some of these shots could have been trimmed down. Some of them could have been trimmed down about 20 seconds. I'm going to say that, you know. I'm not going to say, but some stuff was kind of like playing it safe, if that makes sense. And I don't think, you know, they knew what they had. Just, they had a great movie from the jump. You know, I think that's the thing. They had to, but they were just kind of giving us fan service, which is cool. I'm not knocking them for that. You know, they're trying to, you know, give us some like extra stuff. So with this final act, you know, we got Sienna, they're like in this old carnival, Elliot, you know, and to, you know, kind of progress through this, Art takes out Sienna's best friend, one of the most brutalest kills. He has this fucking new utensil weapon with blades, nails, anything you could think of in the top of this motherfucker, and he's beating her face in with it. And this is when he reaches to her, literally her soul, take her heart, eat it. This motherfucker, he's going crazy, man. But another kill I kind of want to talk about is when he takes out Sienna's and Elliot's mom. Now, see, Sienna and Elliot's mom she's a freaking B word. Like, she's just mad at him for stuff, for all types of shit, especially Elliot. She's just giving him shit. So Elliot just takes it upon himself, you know, to just crash out and say fuck this and run away. But before that, you know, he wanted to beat Art the Clown, and from that moment, you know, it was just been beef between them. She's going back and forth with him. He calls her a B word because that's what she was acting like. She jets out, he jets out, and her car gets jacked up. I'm talking, you know, whipped cream, eggs, whatever you want to, it's just fucked. She thinks it's him. We get one of the fucking, probably one of the craziest kills in horror, where she's trying to wipe the window off with a fucking paper towel. She wipes it, and we get a reveal that Art's in the front seat with a shotgun, and he blows her whole fucking head off. And then it gets better, it gets better. Elliot comes back home and realizes that he doesn't want to be home. I mean, he doesn't want to run away from home. He comes back, his mom is sitting at a table, face blown off, and then Art comes in with a fucking apron and stuffs the mashed potatoes in her fucking face. Like, bro, off the chain. These kills, it's going to be hard to top these in Terrifier 3. I'm scared to see Terrifier 3 after Terrifier 2. Because goddamn, these kills, like, oh my, especially Allie's kill when he's on the bed just slicing her and shit and ripping her arms and shit off, her eyes. The first thing he does to fucking Allie is slices her eye down. Bro, this was Art's movie. This was his movie. Like, he owned it. It's like he's kicking down the door of horror with this. But to kind of progress on, we get a scene that I thought was creepy as hell. So when he kills Allie, he also kills her mom. They don't show her kill, but she obviously has her head decapitated from her body. What does this motherfucker do? Some like Ed Gein-ish shit. Like, he fucking puts the candy in the top of her skull, goes out. The kids think that is fake. They're getting the candy out of her head. He's like, trick or treat, da da da. And she's like, one of these kids are like, why is my candy sticky and it's bloody and shit? And he's like, he's laughing. And then one tries to take more. He smacks his hand. He's like, and I fucking cracked up. Like, this movie has some comedy in it. It has some creepy scares. I love the character development. I love the fact that they had a lot of Halloween stuffed in there. Speaking of Halloween, for fans like us, they had like a score that was similar to Halloween when it kicked up. It was almost like it was Halloween, the theme, like that original theme, but kind of with a twist. But it was a lot of like other hat tips to other films. We got like a black van, kind of made me think of Black Phone. Maybe I'm tripping, but it was cool. But we kind of progressed to the final act, and you know, it's the last, you know, act, and we get Sienna and Art going back and forth. They kind of, bro, it was to the point this motherfucker came back like 2 times, showing us that he cannot be beat, really. Like, they fucking hit him in the head with his weapon with the nails in the back. They're cracking him in the face. And then it was a brutal scene where he's just whacking Elliot and Sienna with this chain thing he has with like these nails. One of the craziest things, like, and he's doing Elliot dirty. Like, he did not even let up on Elliot. He's like chewing his ankle in certain parts of the movie. He's going crazy. But we kind of progressed to find out that Sienna's like the chosen one, because he kind of stabs in her stomach with the sword her dad left back, and she's like in this tank of water. Now this is when it gets kind of like, I'm trying to understand it, like, and she comes back, all her wounds kind of heal up, and it kind of almost shows that Sienna's the one to take them out. And I kind of see what they're going with. It's like, you know, Art, you don't want to fuck with Sienna. Like, she has something with her. Like, she's almost like a superhero. You know, she's almost like a superhero, to be honest. But she's not. Definitely get the point that, you know, Art is definitely supernatural in this. But we kind of progress to the ending where they end up taking the head off of Art, and a little girl that's like his, you know, his partner takes his head and walk off into the darkness. And then, you know, like the credits roll and everything. And once the credits roll, we get a scene with, you know, Victoria, I want to say, of her face eating off. She's like in this, she's in this asylum, and she's going crazy, literally getting blood from under her, like in her area, if you know what I mean. And she's like writing on the wall, and then it's like she's pregnant. I'm thinking it's with a baby. Whole time it's with fucking Art's decapitated head, and he like fucking still alive on some Freddy Krueger shit, Freddy vs. Jason shit, and he like winks and stuff like that, and like the movie just closes out. It ended so fucking crazy. I loved where, you know, the final act took place. Though it was like in an old abandoned carnival, and it was like, you know, the carnival even had jump scares, like old animatronics, so we were getting scared from that in theaters, you know, the animatronics popping out along with Art, creepy ass. But I liked that retro score they had behind it. I really digged it. Kind of, you know, it fitted a lot of scenes, like that Stranger Things type of music. But I liked it, man. Art was brutal. He was very fucking brutal. It was times, like I said, I wanted to be like, damn, man, he's going crazy. But that's what you want in horror, though. So I think, you know, Damien Leone, he just went kind of full blown fuck this. I'm gonna put everything on the table. They enjoyed the first movie. They want to see more Art. We're gonna give them more Art. But I like Sienna's character. She's different. She's a different type of final girl. But something I do want to touch on before we end off is this film is 2 hours and 20 minutes. Now, I touched on the fact that it could be chopped down for sure. It can definitely be chopped down. That's my only complaint, was the scenes were a little long, you know. Yeah, and that kind of just, you know, it's going to be hard to rewatch it in my opinion, but who knows? I don't know. I want to rewatch it, but it's going to kind of make it hard to rewatch when it's like 2 hours and 20 minutes. But, you know, it was kind of hard to focus on, you know, a lot of scenes due to, like, you know, the dreamy stuff, and, you know, with the I want to say call her the pale girl, the one like the female version of Art, the little girl. Like, is she real, or is she in like in his head? But I want to say, you know, Damien Leone, he's left a lot of questions like this unanswered on purpose. Why? Because a Terrifier 3 is obviously going to come, and I'm all for it, because overall, to sum it up, I enjoyed it. You know, we need that brutal, you know, gory horror, you know, that carnage, and we got an awesome slasher, Art the Clown. You know, personally, I kind of would have ended it once, but I understand you have to explain more because this is, you know, their film. But when she cracks his ass in the head with that piece with all the nails and stuff, I kind of would have ended it there. But, you know, Art survived off him blowing his brains out, so I kind of see why he progressed for a more brutal kill. Even if you just took his head off, I would have kind of ended it. But, you know, that ending was something, from what I'm hearing, that's something Damien Leone, he wanted to, you know, do in his first film, so he got to do it. But, you know, it's super cool though that they nailed it. They've been working hard on this, and I'm happy that it's finally out. I'm gonna, you know, rewatch it again in the future. It's great, especially if you're a fan of the first one. You're gonna love it. But like I said, it's probably the fucking most brutal, goriest horror movie out there. So unfortunately, this is the end of the video, you guys. Comment down below what you guys, you know, think of Terrifier 2 if you've seen it. But yeah, you guys, don't forget to hit me on my social media. ILIKE on Instagram, ILIKE77 on TikTok, Brandon on Facebook, and ILIKE on Twitter. Don't forget, you guys, to become a member of Patreon, get exclusive content and benefits of the channel. And right there where it says subscribe, next to it, click join, become a member of the channel. Check out the official ILIKE Scary merch store. And yeah, you guys, watch some horror movies. Stay scary out there. I love you all. Peace.